A very warm welcome in the class of incidence matrix representation of graph. Myself Rupak Bhattacharjee, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, GIS College of Engineering. So, what are the prerequisites for this class? We have to know a little bit of matrix and its construction, and it is very easily assumed that the persons who are actually attending the class of incidence matrix representation of a graph, they knows matrix. Now we have a graph over here where the vertices are denoted as 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the edges are denoted as E1, E2, E3 and E4. On what basis we are going to construct the matrix is incidence property. So already this property is discussed in the previous classes. Still, we can claim that E1 is incident on the vertex 1 as well as E1 is incident on vertex 2. If you have a graph like this, then the edge E has only two options to be incident on two different vertices like this, or if the edge E is actually a self loop, in that case E is incident on V and V. Now, what is simple graph? Simple graph means there is no parallel lines as well as there is no self loops. This graph will not contain these two things. Next, what is directed graph? When we are getting some direction present in the graph, that means the edges are not of same bidirectional, then we are representing that particular fact like one-way traffic in the form of diagram. And then disconnected graph means from the vertex at V you will be able to get at least one pair Vi Vj so that they are not connected by any means. That means there is no path between these two vertices. So this is the prerequisites of this particular class. Next, we are going to construct the incidence matrix for a simple graph. So what is the definition? So if we take a graph G with n vertices having no parallel lines, then the matrix X, capital X, whose entries are Xij, it will be called an incidence matrix of G if this is the condition. So the value or the entry of Xij, that means ijth position, will be 1 if jth edge Ej is incident on ith vertex Vi. So if there is a vertex Vi and if there is an edge, suppose Ej, then Xij will be equal to 1 and otherwise it will be 0. So let us take from the examples. So here we have one graph whose vertices are denoted by also bold 1, 2, 3, 4 and the edges are denoted by also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is not bold. The construction of the matrix gives us this instruction that look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many rows? 4 rows are there. And how many vertices? 4 vertices are there. So what it indicates? It indicates that vertices will be representing the rows. How many edges? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many columns you are getting in this matrix? So what it indicates? That edges will be representing the columns. Now about the entries. So this is our 1 1 position, and this 1 1 position gives that this one edge is incident on the one vertex. Here I am using the term 1 means the name of this vertex, and it is 0. So what is this? This is 2 and this is 1. So look at this, the edge number 2 is not incident on the vertex number 1, that is why it is 0, because it comes into this category. It is 0, that means the edge 3, look at this, the edge 3 is not incident on 1, but the edge 4 is incident on 1, so it is 1. Edge 5, edge 6, they are not incident on 1, so it is 0 0. If these first line entries are clear, then others are just the repetition of the logic according to the vertex edge relationship. Now the question is, if there is a self loop at a vertex, means if suppose in this vertex there is a self loop, then how to write? Because there will be another edge, suppose it is 7, so you have to represent this as 7. So what are the entries will be there? Look at this, you are getting this is on 3, so all other entries 1, 2 and 4, all these entries will be 0. What will be this? If you write it 1, that means v3 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 e3, here it is v3, that means the vertex number 3 basically, and it is 7, that means edge number 7. So vertex number 3 and edge number 7 is having a one connection, it is okay, but what type of connection is this? Look at this, if you write it 1, there is a problem. What is the problem? Take this sum 1 1 2, take this sum 1 1 2, this sum 2, this one 2. Why it is coming as same? Because it is obvious, because all these are nothing but the contributions. Every edge number 1, edge number 2, all these edges are having same contribution. So it is one first edge, second edge, third edge, all these are same. Now if your seventh edge, if you are writing 1 here, summation will give you 1, but which is not that. So if you have something like this, you have to make the rule so that your proper logic will be justified, that it will signify that it is a self loop at that vertex. And one more thing, the matrices are actually taking so many informations. If you sum this, you will get 2. If you sum this, you will get 4. What is the interpretation of this one? Look at this, the degree of the vertex 1 is 2, but the degree of the vertex 2 is 4. You get this information from the summation according to the row, and this also gives you the importance of incidence matrix in matrix representation of a graph. Now we are moving forward to the directed graph, and our job is to construct the incidence matrix for a directed graph. But before that, what is the rule we have to follow? The rule says us that, this is very interesting, till now you are getting all the matrices with 0 and 1 entry, but now depending on the direction you have to think that how you are going to symbolize so that you will get that the degree that the direction is reflected. So it is very simply logical that we are taking 1 and we are taking minus 1. 1 means the jth edge is incident out. This is very important from ith vertex. So if you have a vertex like this and if you have an edge, you have to look for this direction, whether this direction is outward direction or inward direction. So if it is outward direction, the entry in the matrix will be 1. If it is inward direction, the entry of the matrix will be minus 1, and if there is no edge, it will be 0. So it will be very much clear when you are going to make the examples. So this is our directed graph. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 vertices are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 edges are there. So let us check the incidence matrix. V1, V2, V3, V4. E1, E2, E3, E4, E5. So V1, E1 position. So 1, 1 position is nothing but we have to check that the edge 1 is incident out from vertex 1 or not. So there is one edge E1 is incident out from this vertex V1, so it is 1. But E2 is minus 1 because E2 is actually not incident out, it is coming in, incident into the vertex V1, so it will be minus 1. Look at this, E3 is also incident in, E4 is also incident in, so all these are minus 1, and there is no question of any connectivity of E5 for V1, so it is 0. So if these first row entries are clear, then again I am saying it is nothing but the repetition of these logical steps. So similarly it is minus 1 because it is V2 E1, and if we see V2 E1, E1 is incident into V2 and E2 is incident out, so it is plus 1, and in this way it is minus 1. So it is constructed. Now before going into the next step, next example, basically one observation is very important. What is the degree of V1? 4. What is the plus 1 numbers of V1? 1. And what? How many minus 1s are there in V1? 3. So its in degree is 3, out degree is 1. So it is total degree is 4. So if you want to find out the total degree from incidence matrix, you have to make the modulus of this one. Now if you take the column wise representation, E1 1 minus 1, E2 1 minus 1 means all these vertices are having one in degree contribution and one out degree contribution. But what is this? This is 0 0 0 0 0. This means the degree of V3 is 0. This means V3 is an isolated vertex, and from the figure it is also clear. Now the next question is if there is a self loop at a vertex. So if there is a self loop, suppose you have a self loop over here, but as it is directed graph, it must have a direction. So now V2, and suppose this is E6. So if this is E6, then there will be no question for V1, there is no question for V3, there is no question for V4, but for V2, what will be the case? So if you are writing plus 1 only, you can consider it is a outward direction if you are thinking from this, and if you are looking from this, it is inward direction. So again the same point what I have discussed in the previous part for the incidence matrix representation of a simple graph, you have to be very cautious when you are trying to represent the self loop present in your graph in the incidence matrix form. You have to give the rule in such a way so that when the reverse engineering will be done, it also can give you the same graph. So now we are moving for the disconnected graph. Now the disconnected graph is having the logic for incidence matrix is something like that. Same pattern, a disconnected graph is going to contain components which are connected parts, and we know that how to construct the incidence matrix of this connected components, and again the block diagonal presentations will be coming for this, so the thing will be clear when we are going to construct this from examples. So this is G1, this is a component number 1 of the graph G, and we can easily construct the incidence matrix of G1. For example, suppose if we take V1 and E1, they are incident, so it is 1. And if we take V1 and E4, they are not incident, so V1, E4, so it will be 0. Similarly, following the same definition, if we take another component G2, and if we want to construct the matrix incidence matrix of G2, look at this, there are 3 vertices, 2 edges, so there are 3 vertices, 2 edges, the construction is done. Now we are introducing again the first component of this graph, so there are 2 components and we get the matrix representation in this form. Again the same emphasis is given, 1 2 3 4 5 6, so 1 2 3 4 5 6, and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. I think now it is clear that this represents the vertices and this represents the edges. Now look at this. In the first graph, 1 2 3 4, so 1 2 3 4, these are the entries. We are having 4 edges and 4 vertices, so 1 2 3 4. So this is the first representation of the component number 1, G1, and this is nothing but for G2, and this is represented as 0, and this is also represented as 0, big 0, for which this block diagonal presentation is possible. So this is about the incidence matrix representation of a graph. Now again one practice session will be there because it is for your own confidence. So if we take this graph and if we are trying to find out the incidence matrix, first of all we have to observe this graph falls into which category? It falls into simple graph category because there is no self loop, there is no parallel line, there is no direction, and there is no other component, so it is a connected only single one component. So according to the number of vertices and the number of edges, our table is constructed. So look at this: E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7, E8. So there are 8 edges. So 8 edges are coming in the column position, and there are 5, 6 vertices. So they are represented in the row position. Now your job is to check one by one. Suppose this position V1 E1 1 1 position. So where is my V1? This is my V1 and this is my E1. Are they incident? Yes. So it will be 1. Then next one. Now you can ask, sir, why you are writing it in this way? Why you are not writing this? The reason is that you can think from this element's positions point of view, or you can take the edge E1. E1 is incident on V1 and V2. So the entries will be V1 and V2 1 1, and except these two, all entries will be 0. Clear? Now go for E2, and E2 is having the incidence property for V1 and V5. So write it 1 and 5 over here. The remainings are 0. For E3, you go to there and you will get V2 and V5. So V2 and V5 is 1 and others are all 0. In this manner, you can write the entries of E4, then E5, then E6, E7, and finally for E8. Your construction of the incidence matrix for this given graph is done. Now for your verification purpose, you can take that the degree of V1 is 3, and if you sum them it is 3. The degree of V6 is 2. If you sum it, then you will get 2. And if you sum all the columns segment wise, then you will get 2, 2, 2, because this is the contribution of each and every edge. So it is needless to say that as the number of edges and the number of vertices are not same, there is no question of being any symmetric matrix formation. Instead of that, if you are getting their same, then also there is no such question of being symmetric, because you are not establishing the relationship between vertex to vertex. You are establishing the relationship between vertex and edge. So this matrix in general is going to be a rectangular one. Now the reverse engineering for all these three cases will be done. Firstly for simple graph, then for digraph, and then finally for disconnected graph. So here firstly the matrix will appear, and according to the definition you will construct the vertices for this position and you will construct the edges for this position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 edges, and 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices will be there. Now it is very simple, because you are just going to construct 4 vertices, and then you are thinking about V1 and V2 is connected by one edge. So suppose this is your V1 and this is your V2. Suppose this is your V1 and suppose this is your V2. So this is by E1. Then V2 and V3 are connected by an edge. So you can give the name by V3, you can connect them, and you can give the name E2. In this manner, one by one edges you can go on, and you will connect the vertices by an edge according to the entries at one. So you will get this matrix, you will get this graph generated from the incidence matrix or the given matrix. The same pattern will be followed for the next structure, that is directed graph. Now as you know that the directed graph is going to contain 1, 0 and -1. Now you will have 1, -1 in E1, then -1, 1 in E2. But before that you have to count how many rows are there. 4. So first your job is to generate these 4 vertices. After that you have to just after that your job is to just find out the positions of this, and suppose you give the name V1, V2, V3, V4. Now E1, 1 and -1. So it is clear that E1 will connect V1 and V2. Very good. But as it is directed graph from this representation, because -1 and 1 both are there, so this 1 actually indicates that it is outwards direction from V1. So it will be E1, and this -1 indicates it is inward direction for V2, and it is already established. If this step is clear, then the remaining entries will be very easily represented in this particular graph generation. So look at this. This graph is generated from this matrix, and if you take arbitrarily, suppose E5, so E5 is -1 and 1 in V2 and V4. So look at this, V2 and V4 is connected by E5 first. Then our job is to check where is +1 and where is -1. So look at this 4 5 in E5 is incident out from V4, and look at this, E5 is incident out from V4 because it is +1, but where is it is incident in V2. Look at this, it is incident in V2. And as when we are just constructing it by edge wise, you will see that V3 will remain as it is because there is no such entry in the row of V3. Now in the next part we are actually taking disconnected one. So before proceeding further, when this matrix is given, you will not be able to know that whether it is of disconnected graph or not. If you can identify that there is a block where you are having all zeros here and you are having all zeros here, if you can identify, you can proceed, or otherwise it is very simple construction like the simple graph. You just name some vertices in these positions and you just name some edges in these positions, then generate the vertices and take one edge one by one and you will just connect them as per the instruction embedded in this matrix. So if it is 1 1, that means V1 V2 is connected, so you have to connect this one. In this manner, if you going connecting on them, then you will get first component like this, second component like this, and this is together with your G, whose incidence matrix is nothing but this one. So nothing more to say for this class. Thank you for your patience. Happy listening, happy learning.